All right, good afternoon, 6'4" Owl parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our weekly update. One quick announcement. Next Tuesday, August 29th, is Picture Day. These will be the pictures for the yearbook, just to give you a heads up. All right, so that'll be during electives, usually gym class on Tuesday. All right, in Math 6+ next week. We got a little bit behind this week. So we'll do our study guide for Unit 3, our study guide number 1 on Monday. Kids will have their quiz on Tuesday. That's going to cover measurement conversion and some unit rate stuff, very similar to what we were doing in Unit 2. And then we're going to start talking about percentages and how percentages are basically just a ratio out of 100. All right. In Math 6 next week, we worked on our study guide Wednesday, and today we'll have our Unit 2 quiz number 2 on Monday. That's going to cover unit rate basically and using unit rate to solve some problems. Then we're going to start Unit 3, which is still talking about unit rate. We're going to throw in some measurement conversion as well next week. Right? Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
All right, Owls, I'm going to put two different hats on like usual, starting with my ELA hat first. Today was the end of our Unit 1 Modular 1. Yeah, Unit 1 Modular 1. Yes. Today was the end of unit assessment, and the students yesterday were given this wonderful little bookmark, and it was called Study Guide for Unit 1. And there was 4 little boxes on there. They told them to read Chapter 8, told them to write down 3 key details, talked about which stage in the hero's journey Percy was in, and then evidence in the Lightning Thief to prove that he's in that stage. The people who did this for homework and in class yesterday realized this was questions 1, 2, and 3 out of 4 on the test today. So if you did your homework, those students were well prepared to use their allowed amount of time and get everything finished without any frustration at all. Some kids got really done pretty quickly because all they had to do was copy the work they did for homework. They couldn't believe that we gave them the test. Either way, next week we're starting unit. It's still Modular 1, but we're going to Unit 2. The skills we're going to be focusing on next week are inferences. We're going to be making some inferences. We're going to be using details to feign main idea. We're going to be looking at the meaning of unknown words using context clues. We're going to be making predictions, finding the gist. We're going to be looking at what close readers do and the skills that close readers do. And then we're also, this is going to be the tough one, I think, is we're going to be looking at the difference between theme and topics next week. That's going to be something that's kind of new, but not new, but that's going to be new for us this year. We're going to be reading 4 different things next week. We're going to be reading not just the Lightning Thief, but in addition to the Lightning Thief, Myths and Legends, Chronos, Shrouded in Myth. That's the one we started on in the beginning of the school year. And we're going to be looking at a nonfiction text called Key Elements of Mythology. And kids at home, we're going to be reading chapters 9 through 12 of The Lightning Thief. On Thursday, we're going to have a reading check of chapters 10 and 11. So please keep up with that on a daily basis. And we're going to be looking at the words illusion, deceit, immortal, divinities, and solemnity. Looking forward to seeing what kids think those words mean. Now, other hat on the hat I teach most of is science. And we're going to finish Matter 1. There's 3 stages of matter. We're going to finish that next week. And then we're going to do that with adopt an element. So the first 3 days of next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, students are going to be picking one element, learning all about that element. Then they're going to compare it to a second element. And then on Wednesday, they're going to compare their element to a third element. So essentially, they're going to learn about 3 elements on the periodic table pretty well. And then we're going to finish with stations on Thursday and Friday. And then the following week on Tuesday, after Labor Day, of course, we will be starting Matter 2. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy.
All right, families, let's talk real quickly about some social studies fast, and then we'll get out of here. So we are finished, as of today, with our first unit, which is Thinking Like a Historian. We're working on the 5 themes of geography. We took a quiz on that yesterday. And we after looking at the results, I thought, well, let's do a little review of the 5 themes of geography. So we watched a crash course video today on the 5 themes of geography, where we were looking at Guatemala and bananas and talking about that kind of world as the themes of geography. We're going to finish that assignment off on Monday, and then we're going to do a couple of questions about it, and then we're going to push forward into our next unit, which takes us all the way through track out, which is on geography. And our main focus at the beginning of that unit will be, what does the world look like? So we're going to be talking about the different landforms of the world. So what is a desert? What is a rainforest? What are mountains? What are hills? Landform, basically. We want to look at what the world looks like. We want to look at what Africa looks like. What does Asia look like? What does South America look like? And then we're going to start to apply on top of that what people, early humans' choices were. Why would you choose to live in that location? Why would you choose to settle there? And then we're going to start kind of ending that unit with the agricultural revolution as we go from nomads and hunters into settled civilizations. So that's a big, long unit. Our main focus is going to be at first, what does the world look like? And one of our fun activities that we will be doing sometime in the next few days will be called Claynation, where we actually get this kind of waxy clay and we actually start to build our little worlds with mountains and rivers and all kinds of fun stuff. It'll be a good fun lesson. So hopefully all is well. If you need any questions answered, let us know. And if not, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.